Hey, you no good, useless old cow. I want you out of the house right now. Do you hear me? I can't stand being around you for another second. Honestly, just how long are you going to be bumming around in my house for, huh? You think I run some kind of charity or something? I want you gone!
Cameron, what in the world are you talking about all of a sudden? Where is all of this even coming from?
Oh, please. You and I both know very well that this has been a long time coming, and it's high time that I finally put an end to all of this nonsense. Now, you are going to collect your bags, leave this house, and never, ever come back ever again. Got it? I don't ever want to see your face again. I don't ever want to hear your voice again. I don't even want to live in the same state as you. But I guess I can't control that.
Wait a second, you mean that you're really serious about all of this? You really want me to just pack up all my things and just move out of the house? I don't understand though, where is all of this even coming from? I don't know what I did to make you ask this. I mean, is this your way of asking for a divorce? Are things really over for us? I don't understand what's going on here.
You really want to know why this is going on right now, Linda? I'm surprised that you can't just figure out this for yourself at this point. But the reason I want you out of the house, the reason I want a divorce, and to get you out of my life forever, is because you're barren. You can't have any kids, that's why.
Wait, what? What do you mean? I don't understand. Is that really why you want me to go?
That's right. I really didn't think things were going to get this bad. I really never imagined that a girl like you would even be infertile the way you are. But now that I know the truth, now that I know how truly useless you are, there's just no point in keeping you around at all. And that means there's no point in being married either. The only reason I married you in the first place was so that we can have kids. My parents just wouldn't get off my back about finding a girl to have kids with. So this is all their fault too. Just any chance I got, they would always ask if I was going to have kids soon.
But Cameron, you know that we can't help that. Besides, we've only been married a year. And it doesn't mean that either of us are medically infertile. Some couples can be married a long time and just don't ever have kids.
Well, I want kids, and I know the reason why we don't have any is thanks to you. This is really all your fault at the end of the day, and you and I both know that. I know that this is all your fault. And how dare you even imply that it could be either one of us? You're the only one whose fault this could be. Do you have any idea how hard I work for this family? How much I try to provide for us? And yet you really have the gall to sit there and pretend like things are going to be okay, even though we know how useless you are now. Well, I am not going to sit here and put up with you any longer than I have to now. I want you out of the house, and I want you out right now. You're basically trash, and I'm asking you to take yourself out. But if you don't, I will. I promise you that.
Cameron, if you want to ask for a divorce, then just ask me for one. There's no need to take this tone or use this kind of language with me.
I just knew that I should have tried to get married to someone younger than me. But maybe it's not too late. Maybe I'll still be able to find a young woman who wants to marry me. But first that means taking out the trash and getting rid of you. I seriously can't believe that I let you leech off me for a whole year. You've done nothing but spend my money.
And so that's why you think it's okay to force me out of the house and end our marriage? Well, that says a lot more about you than it does me. And you should know that I am not infertile. I am perfectly capable of having children, thank you very much.
Look, Linda, I get why you wouldn't want to admit that you're the problem here, but it's just a fact. There's no point in trying to deny it or run away from it. Anyways, I've already signed my half of the divorce papers, and they're sitting on the kitchen table. So why don't you sign your half, and then send them off to be processed for me?
You mean that on top of everything else, you're going to make me take these papers down to the courthouse to finalize our divorce alone? Well, fine then. Maybe this is a good idea after all. Good riddance, you lousy, pathetic excuse of a man. I hope that I never, ever have the displeasure of having to ever see you again.
Oh man, just what the heck do you think you're doing, huh? Don't tell me that you've been stalking me after all these years. I would have thought that you'd finally gotten over me. But I guess I can't blame you for not. But wow, after 3 years, I would have thought you might have just gotten bored and decided to go and bother someone else.
Cameron, what in the world are you talking about? Did you really think that I'm stalking you? I literally am only attending a wedding, and that's all. But it's not like I knew it was a wedding that you were going to be at, and I certainly wasn't planning on running into you today. But when I got here and realized that you were going to be the groom, I knew this day was going to be all downhill from there.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who should be saying that, if anything. I mean, it's a wedding day, and now I'm having to deal with my crazy stalker ex? Frankly, I'm just a bit scared that you're even here.
Well, I'm telling you that I'm not stalking you, and I didn't even know that this was a wedding that you'd be at. I told you all those years ago that I never wanted anything to do with you, so why do you think I would knowingly come to this if I knew you were going to be here?
Well, because it's clear that you're still into me. What other reason would there be for you to come here? If not, because you're still into me after all this time? Still though, I really just think that it's time for you to move on. I don't want anything to do with you, so swallow your feelings and leave me alone.
You really haven't changed at all in these 3 years, have you? You still just refuse to listen to anyone but yourself. I'll have you know that I moved on a long time ago and am not interested in you in the slightest. I mean, can you really not just tell that by looking at me?
Yeah, no. The only thing I can tell by looking at you is that you're still clearly head over heels in love with me, and that nothing is going to change that for you.
Honestly, just what about me being here actually makes you think that, huh? Don't forget that you were the one who left me for no good reason. Why would I ever want to see you again after that? And don't make up some lie about me still wanting you. That's just creepy.
Well, like you said, the proof is in the pudding, and all I have to do is look at you to see the effect that I had on you. It's obvious that you took us breaking up really hard. You must have been in so much shock, and that's why you've gained all this weight. You look like a whale, Linda.
You know, Cameron, I think you're the one that's still hung up on what happened between us 3 years ago. Can you please just give this bullying a rest already? Besides, I'm not fat, and you have nothing to do with why I look like this.
Oh, it's okay. There's no need to be embarrassed just because you look like you swallowed a couple of car tires. I mean, that poor dress that you're wearing looks like it might just burst off of you. Honestly, even before I realized it was you, I was cracking up at who this cow at this wedding might be.
You really are just horrible. Do you know that? And for the last time, I am not fat, and the way I look has nothing to do with you. Besides, I'm not even fat. Can you really not figure out what might be going on just by looking at me?
Oh, come on. You can't hide what's going on there. There's too much to be able to hide anyways. Just admit it. Admit that the shock of our divorce was too much for you, and so you started stress eating, and that's why you're like this now. Of course, it's not my fault that you did that though.
Look, Cameron, I am trying to tell you that you are dead wrong. Why won't you listen to me?
Well, it's because you're just in denial. But it's okay. I'm glad you're here, because it's just so funny to laugh at how you've become. Why would you even bother to show up at this wedding looking like that? Surely, you must have figured that I'd make fun of you for all of the weight you put on.
Well, it's not weight, it's a baby. I am pregnant with a baby, Cameron.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? That can't be right. How can you be pregnant? That just doesn't make sense at all.
And just why doesn't it make sense for me to be pregnant, huh?
Oh, come on. Did you forget why I wanted to divorce you, Linda? I know that you remember, so don't play dumb with me and act like you don't know.
I'm not pretending like I don't know anything, and I remember you left me because you decided that I couldn't have any kids without any proof of the matter. And then you demanded that I divorce you for that reason. That's why you left me. So if anything, I would say that I have a much clearer memory of what really happened than you do.
I seriously have no idea what you're going on about. But I know that the fact of the matter is that you can't get pregnant. I mean, that's why I divorced you.
Are you even reading my texts? I'm trying to tell you that you decided that with no proof that it was true at all.
I'm really not following you there. What are you trying to say?
Ugh, whatever. It's clear that this conversation is just going to start going in circles anyways. I don't see any point in keeping this up. I'm just going to go and try and enjoy this wedding.
You fat cow! I'll make you the laughingstock of this wedding. I'll tell everyone all about how you snuck in here because you still have feelings for me. I'll make sure that everyone knows you're nothing but a jaded stalker and a fat one at that. Did you really think that I was going to take you back if you came here looking like that? You've got to learn, and I'll tell you that much.
Cameron, for the last time, you are the one who's wrong here. I am telling you that I am pregnant, and I didn't gain weight because you left me. Can you please just stop with all this nonsense already?
It's fine. You could just say that you don't have any other lie to try and sell to me. But if you don't want to get made the laughingstock of this place, then I would leave now. Just turn around and walk out that door if you can even fit through it, you fat ugly cow.
I really don't think that things are going to go your way if you try anything with me, Cameron. In fact, I think if you even try anything to embarrass me, that it is all going to fall back on you.
You really have lost your mind, did you know that? Don't you know that everyone here at the wedding is here to see me? More than half of these people are from my company, in fact. Obviously, they're going to trust me over you and believe that I have to say over some fat, crazy stalker.
I'm telling you that if you try anything, you are going to regret it. Now, don't say that I didn't warn you. I am seriously trying to give you some advice here, and you should really listen to it for your own sake.
Hey, just what the heck is even going on here? I don't get it. What are these people thinking? Why am I being forcefully removed from this wedding? It doesn't make any sense at all.
It probably had to do with you acting the way you were acting around her.
That can't be right, though. I didn't do anything wrong at all. This isn't fair. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, the wedding venue certainly doesn't seem to agree with you there. But like I said, you haven't really changed and you still seem incapable of accepting that anyone other than yourself could be right.
And just what is that supposed to mean? I still don't understand what's going on here.
Well, you should know that the father of the baby that I'm carrying right now is, in fact, my new husband's baby. Of course, everyone else here at the wedding realized or managed to guess that. Do you really not see why the whole wedding party might turn against you after what you did to me?
Well, it's all my fault. I didn't think that you were going to scream so loudly. Besides, this still doesn't explain why people are treating you like you're better than me.
It has nothing to do with being better or worse or higher or lower than anyone. The fact of the matter is that you were acting ridiculously in a public space. I mean, you did realize that we were surrounded by people, right? That we're both at a crowded wedding? Did you really not think at all that someone might say something about the way you were acting? That you weren't just publicly embarrassing yourself in front of everyone else? You really should have just learned when to stop, but you just kept pushing and it got you chased out of this wedding for your own coworker.
Well, just how in the world was I supposed to know that your new husband was the CEO for our company? How could a fat, ugly cow like you land a man like that? That math just doesn't add up, and I know that you're trying to pull something on me. I know that you're up to something.
You really have no idea what my life has been like since you left it. I'll have you know that I met my husband completely by chance. You have had nothing to do with my life since we decided to end our relationship, and it's coincidence again that I've come to a wedding that you also happen to be at.
But that's just my point. How dare these people kick me out of this wedding? What's the matter with them? How could you do this to me?
Are you seriously going to try and blame me for what you've done to yourself? I told you all those years ago that I wasn't infertile and that I could still get pregnant. Now, all these years later, you tried to put me down using that same old line about being barren. You thought that everyone else at the wedding would find it as funny as you did. And that's why the groom decided that he finally had enough of you causing a scene at his wedding and ordered you thrown out. Now, please tell me exactly which part of that is my fault and why you think that way.
Oh, just shut up already. You know that it's your fault, and you're just hiding behind other people. And don't you know the trouble that I'm in now? The groom for the wedding is my manager. Don't you realize the horrible things that could happen to me now?
Well, it sounds to me like that's just you accepting responsibility for your actions, but I'm not surprised you're just trying to run from that. You know, there hasn't been a single day where I haven't been happy that you and I broke up.
Oh, just shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. You completely embarrassed me in front of everyone in there. Don't you realize that? This is all your fault. You humiliated me in front of my coworkers. And how dare you get remarried before I do? That's not fair. How could you do that to me?
You can't say that I didn't warn you, Cameron. We were texting earlier today and I tried to tell you that I was pregnant. I told you that I wasn't barren or anything like that. If anything, the one who can't have kids is probably you.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? How in the world do you figure that I'm the reason we couldn't have kids?
Seriously? You can't put that one together yourself? If we couldn't have kids together, but I'm clearly capable of having kids, then whose fault is it? I'm pregnant, so it clearly is not mine. Are you starting to get what I'm saying now, Cameron?
Wait a second. I think I get it now. You're saying that you're pregnant with my kid.
Are you stupid or something? How on earth could it even possibly be that? We got divorced 3 years ago, and I haven't seen you since then.
But then, what do you mean? What are you trying to imply about me with your pregnancy? I don't understand.
I'm saying that you might want to schedule an appointment with a doctor and have yourself tested for fertility. Because again, it's clear that I wasn't the problem when it came to having kids.
How dare you imply that about me? You can't just say that you think I'm the infertile one just because you had kids.
That's not even the point that I really care about, though. My point is that you left me because you thought that I couldn't have kids. You told me that was the reason why you divorced me, but I am telling you now that that is clearly not the case. So all of this, going all back to the divorce, is all your fault.
Are you trying to tell me that I can't have kids on top of that? Does this mean that I'll never be able to have any? That isn't fair!
I have no idea what's going on inside your body, Cameron. That's why I told you to go and talk to a doctor. I just wanted to let you know that you divorced me for a reason that you made up but was never true. Maybe both our bodies just weren't ready for it when we were together, but then again, we weren't together for very long.
How can you say that we weren't together for that long when we were married for a whole year?
I'm not saying anything is certain for a fact, but I'm saying that the reason you gave me for leaving me didn't turn out to be true. And because it wasn't actually true, I'm only suggesting that you go and see a doctor yourself. But honestly, I am glad that you and I never had any children together because it would have made getting the divorce much more difficult. I'm just so happy that I was able to cut all ties with you and not have anything keeping me in touch with you.
You don't have any idea what you're talking about at all. I can have kids. Don't you dare try and tell me that I can't have any kids of my own.
I guess you must be taking this pretty hard, huh? I mean, the whole reason you left me was because you thought I couldn't have kids. And now you're finding out that you might have been the cause of our childlessness all along. But didn't you tell me 3 years ago that you wished you married someone younger? Why don't you just go and try doing that, and then you can prove to me that you really can have kids? After all, you were so confident that it was all my fault when we broke up, don't you remember?
Well, I did have a girlfriend, and she was younger than me, but her and I broke up.
Aren't you leaving out the part where she's the reason you wanted to leave me? Why else would you demand a divorce so suddenly?
Wait a second. You mean you knew that I was seeing someone else when you and I got divorced?
Of course I knew you were cheating on me. I mean, you are so easy to read, it's not even funny. But I didn't have any problem leaving you, so I agreed to the divorce. I thought it was a good chance to cut you off and run.
So then, you wanted to divorce me. You were happy that we broke up?
Of course I was happy. Why would I want to be with a mean husband who was cheating on me this whole time? Who blamed me as the reason why we didn't have any kids together. Of course I wanted to leave you.
But, I mean, I really did think that you couldn't have any kids.
Oh yes, I know exactly why you left me, and we've gone over this a few times now, but now we also see that that isn't true. So again, I recommend that you go and see a doctor about that for your own sake. Or don't listen to me. I really don't care either way. After all, we're not married anymore, and I was hoping to never see you again.
But then, how could you do this? How could you marry someone else and get pregnant by them? How could the baby you have inside you not be my baby?
Okay, is that last one a serious question you had, or are you just still in shock? I mean, how could I even possibly be pregnant with your child when we haven't seen each other in 3 years? You do understand how babies are made, right? Anyways, I guess this meeting wasn't a total waste. At least I feel like I got you back somewhat for all that you did.
Got me back? What do you mean by that? Got me back how? Don't tell me that you were always out for vengeance. Don't you know that I loved you? But I had to let you go.
Oh, please, you called me a stalker and kept insulting me. Are you really going to try and play all nice with me now? You are a sad little creep, and I am glad that you and I broke up. Now have a nice life.
Wait, you mean that you're going to stop talking to me? You're going to leave me just like this?
Of course, we're done talking. I've said all I want to say, now I'm going to go back to enjoying the wedding. But I'm sure you'll get what's coming to you. I'm sure you'll be punished for what you did in good time.
Hello, Linda. I hope you've been doing well.
Oh my gosh, what do you want now?
I wonder if you have a little time to talk. Well, I was wondering if we couldn't get back together. I'll raise your child like it was ours. Please, I was fired after what I did at the wedding, and I don't have anyone else I can turn to.
Well, I don't think that you can come to me either, creep.
Oh, come on. I am trying to be nice here. Why do you have to talk to me that way? I just told you that I was fired, didn't I?
And you really think that I care at all about that? I'm glad you got fired, and I'm not going to help you.
Come on, Linda. Don't be like this.
Honestly, why did you even bother to message me with this? This is just a huge waste of time. And if you really thought this was going to work, then you needed more than a doctor. You need a shrink to fix what's wrong with you. In the end, Linda blocked Cameron on every possible medium and platform. Without a job, Cameron had to move out of his apartment and move into one much smaller. Unable to find a new job in his same field, Cameron had no choice but to take the first jobs he could find. Now he works a couple of part-time jobs and barely makes enough to make ends meet. And Linda, well, she just moved on with her life, had her kid, loves her husband, and hasn't thought back about Cameron since the last day they talked to each other.
Hey, Brianna. Thank you so much for the investment.
Hi, Ryan. No problem. I really wanted to help you.
The project will definitely succeed thanks to you.
I really didn't do anything, but I know you would do the same for me when I'm in trouble.
Yes, definitely.
Well, my dad used to have an investment from your dad, so as his daughter and the current CEO, I'm just returning that favor.
You don't need to do that. Your father was a shrewd businessman, and I learned a lot from him. His death really is a great loss to us.
My dad was a cheerful man enjoying life every day, so he's probably drinking in heaven right now.
I would love to join him someday.
Me too. So please don't be too sad, because my dad won't like that, okay?
You're right about that. I'll do my best for him.
Me too. I actually need to make sure not to make my dad's company go bankrupt.
You are independent. I love that. I can't believe that a perfect woman like you is married to Micah.
I'm not perfect. Micah is outstanding and more perfect than me. He got into a big company without any connections, and he's a top salesman, right? I have a lot to learn from him.
Yes, but he's still a newbie, and needs to learn more about the industry.
He does? I thought he knew everything.
He doesn't. I'm pretty familiar, so I'm going to teach him.
Can I sometimes join in too?
Sure.
Actually, may I hear about this at dinner tonight if we have time to talk?
Absolutely, but since all of my relatives are coming, there might not be time. I'm so sorry.
Please don't apologize. Let's enjoy the dinner tonight.
I'm so nervous to introduce you to my family because you're so out of their league.
Don't be. Everyone is equal, and I don't judge people because it's a waste of time. I'm excited to meet new people, so don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. OMG, you are the nicest person.
Am I? I'm just being myself. Anyways, see you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Hey, you! Who's this? Victoria. Hi, did something happen? I heard from Micah that you're at my house. Why are you there? Isn't today the family dinner? I'm just waiting for all of you to come home. Is there a problem? Can I not be here? Of course not. You don't have my permission. That's trespassing. I also don't even know you, so I'm going to call the cops. Oh my gosh, are we seriously doing this again? I told you before that trespassing is when a person who you don't know goes into someone's place without permission. Also, you know exactly who I am and even know my ID. Do I need to tell you my name again? It's Brianna. Please remember, we're family. Yeah, whatever. What? Family? Since when? Sorry, but I don't know you. You said I was when I got married to Micah. Oh, I did? I don't remember that, but even if I did, I take it back. Did something happen to you, like an accident? Because it seems like you forgot about this and other things. Or is it age? Nothing happened, and stop treating me like I'm old. I'm still young. Oh, you must be okay because you're talking back. That's good, you made me nervous. Are you making fun of me? No, I was scared. Anyways, did you forget my face and name? I'll be meeting you in a little bit, so would you like me to put it on a name tag? I can if you want me to. That way you'll remember me. That's enough. Are you trying to pick a fight with me? What? Pick a fight? No, I'm just worried about you and thought it would be a good idea. If I do that way you'll get to know me. You don't have to do that because I don't care. Why are you mean when Micah is not around? What do you not like about me? I really want to know. Fine, I'll tell you. You're not part of our family. I asked you for the reason. That answer is like saying the house burned down if I ask you why there's a fire. We're not talking about a fire right now. Are you stupid? I know that. It's just an example. You are so weird. This is obviously not getting through your head, so we'll end this conversation. You know what? You're pissing me off, so please leave. I'm asking you nicely. Why? I just got here. So what? I don't want to see your face. Please don't say that. I'm excited for tonight because we're having sushi, right? I was craving for it, so I definitely want to eat it. Who said that you're allowed to eat? It's a family dinner, right? Yeah, but this is my house, so I have the right to decide. Plus, didn't I just tell you to leave? Keep on saying that it's your house, but the owner is your husband, right? I'm sure he'll say I can stay. I don't think so. Why? He doesn't want you to be part of the family. He's tired and annoyed at your attitude because you act like you're above everyone else because you're a CEO. I know you're lying because you never say that about me. I'm actually surprised that you're forgetful, but can make up a lie. Is this one of your talents? I'm not lying about this. Do you have proof? He said this on the phone, so I don't. Also, Micah. He once told me that he regrets marrying you. He called you an idiot. On the phone, huh? It's obvious that you're lying about this because I just talked to Ryan 10-15 minutes ago. And Micah yesterday, and they told me how much they appreciate me. It's true that I'm an idiot, though. Should I punch you in the face once? Maybe you'll remember everything and change your attitude. Shut your mouth. Just admitted that you're an idiot, right? Yeah, I mean, it's better to be honest than lie like you. I'm not surprised because your dead father was an idiot, too. Excuse me? You was exactly like you, like father, like daughter. Weird and two-faced. I would be embarrassed to have a father like him. You can talk shit about me as much as you want, but not my dad. You just crossed a line. I can't stand people making fun of my dad. I'm just telling the truth. Anyways, I'm going to be there in a little bit, so if the sushi comes, can you receive it and put it on top of the kitchen counter? It's only for my family, so you can't have any. Your dinner is canned soup that I put on the floor for you in the dining room. I'm leaving, so that's not going to happen. Oh, are you mad? Yeah, I am. I'm going to let Ryan and Micah know about this.
Oh, hi, Brianna. Did you call me?
Yeah, I did. Sorry to call you while you're at work. I wanted to talk to you about something.
Don't worry about it. Sorry I couldn't pick up because Victoria was calling me. My lunch break is over now, so would it be okay for me to text you? I could call you back in like an hour or so if it's easier to talk on the phone. If it's an emergency, I can call you now.
Victoria called you? I bet she was lying to you. It's not an emergency, so texting is totally fine with me.
Thank you for understanding. Can we talk about Victoria first before you ask me something? Sorry.
Actually, that something is about Victoria.
Oh, did something happen between you two? She was talking shit about you and said how you were being rude to her.
What? Are you serious? She was the one being rude to me.
Don't worry, I knew that from the beginning, so I didn't really listen to her.
Do you know what she told me? She told me to leave the house because I was not invited and not part of the family.
Did she really say that? It was very rude of her. You were always welcome in my house because you're like family to me. Plus, Micah and I invited you. What the hell is she talking about?
Thanks, Ryan. She also said that you were tired and annoyed by my attitude because I looked down on everyone because I'm a CEO or something like that. But I know you will never say that.
That's right. Never in a million years will I say something like that.
So that's why I didn't listen to her. Do you know what else she said?
What?
She told me to can soup on the floor instead of sushi because it's only for her family.
Seriously? You can't believe her. You don't need to do that, okay?
Yeah, it was ridiculous, so I decided to go home.
What? You're going home?
Yeah, she also said one more thing that really pissed me off. I don't want to see her because I might punch her in the face.
What did she say? You're not like this, so I'm surprised.
She said that my dad was weird and an idiot.
Oh, that is not okay. She crossed the line. I'm so pissed off right now. Thank you for telling me everything. I have a plan, so can you please send me screenshots of the conversations you had with her?
Sure. Do you need my help with that?
No, I can do it by myself. Thanks.
Hello? If you see this message, please respond or else I'll call you until you pick up. Can you stop calling me? 60 missed calls in 10 minutes? Seriously? Why are you not picking up? I was driving from my office to my house listening to Backstreet Boys. That's why. I can't text while I'm driving. Everyone knows that. What the hell do you want? Please come back. Why? My husband is pissed at me. Yeah, and? What did you say? I just told him what you said to me, that's it. Can you come back and ask him? He's ignoring me. Hey, if you're home, can you call me? Nope. I know it's going to be a waste of time. I want to take a rest without any distraction until my reservation time for the sushi restaurant. I couldn't eat at your place, so... Please, our family dinner is ruined right now. Oh, is it? Well, I'm so lucky I was able to leave because I really don't like family dinner. That's not what I want to talk about now. No one is going to tell me why my husband is pissed off. I will tell you then. Your husband has an investment in my company. What is that? What does that mean? It means that I'm helping him earn money, so do you have any idea how bad things will get if we don't get along? What? Really? I don't care about that. Why didn't you tell me about this? Well, we agreed to keep it a secret because we thought that people would be concerned about this because it's risky. How much did he invest? Why should I tell you? Because I'm his wife. It's his money and he told me not to tell you. I don't care if he told you not to tell me. I have a right to know. That's not my problem, so can you talk to him about that? Oh, Micah's also pissed off, just to let you know, and other people too. Other people? Wait, did you tell my relatives also? Yes, I did. I sent them screenshots of our conversation. Is this why everyone is in another room talking and staring at me? Maybe. There might be other reasons too. I don't care though. Nellie, excuse me, I want to take a nap before I go to the sushi restaurant. No, please, can you come back? I'll apologize. I'm going to get kicked out of the house. You should experience hell once because Ryan has been spoiling you this whole time. Now that you're in this situation, do you regret what you've done? Yes, I do, and I don't know what to do. Gee, what should I do? Hi, honey. I'm so sorry for everything. I didn't know that you two were business related.
You were about to break the relationship I had with our company.
I'm sorry. I'll apologize to you as many times as you want.
I also can't believe that you were going to make Brianna eat canned soup off the floor.
No, I was thinking about eating that later on. You know, like a midnight snack.
I have all the screenshots of the conversations you had with her, so don't think about making excuses. Also, it seems like you said things that Micah and I never said.
Oh, about that.
The number one thing that pissed me off is you making fun of her dad. She was trying to be cool about that, but she was really pissed off.
Look, I'm regretting what I said and what I did.
You've done something that's unforgivable.
I know that. I'll be more careful not to say those things from now on.
From now on? There is no from now on. I want you to leave the house.
What? What do you mean?
Leave the house and let's get divorced. I can't deal with you anymore.
Wait, please don't leave me.
Everyone here agrees with me, so just shut up and leave, okay? I'm asking you nicely.
We talk about this and rethink what?
There is no need to talk about this. Bye.
Wait, please. Why are you still calling me? 700 missed calls? Really? Where are you now? I just finished eating sushi now, and since I don't have anything to do, I was thinking about going to the city and looking for the fattest rat. I'm at your company now. Why? Oh, are you going to apply for a cleaning job? Thank you, because we did need one. No, I'm here to ask the company to make an investment for my husband. What are you talking about? My husband's investment. Weren't you planning to do it today? Even though you're not here, I'll ask someone. Are you serious? People will think you're crazy if you do that. Are you inside the building now? Yes, and I'll go talk to the employees. I don't care because I'm going to get kicked out and get divorced. I actually did it already today. What? Then why is he still pissed? I thought he was mad that you didn't do the investment. Are you stupid? Did you think that that's the reason? Seriously. Yes. Wow, I don't even have a word to say to you. By the way, I just got a text from one of my employees that the police is going to be there soon. What? Why? You stormed in and yelled at everyone and threw staplers and calculators at them? And at the wall, so of course the cops are gonna come. You could have hurt one of my employees and you made a hole in the wall. I'll demand compensation because you damaged my property. Sorry I did that, I was panicking. It doesn't matter. I'm so embarrassed and I don't want anything to do with you, so I'll cut ties with you. Wait, we're a family, right? Can you explain to the cops that I was panicking and misunderstood something? Who's this? I don't know you. Sorry, bye. Victoria was taken away by the police for trespassing and obstruction of business. Because of that, everyone in her family cut ties with her, and since she had nowhere to go, she became homeless. She needed to pay for the compensation but had no money, so she had to go into debt. She's now a day worker, working long hours every day. The canned soup that she was going to make me eat on the floor is now her expensive meal. How funny is that, right? On the other hand, Ryan had a very successful project that I invested $30 million in. He's now focusing on his job to cover up the loneliness of being single. But Micah and I will always be there for him. Now that Victoria's gone, I'm living a stress-free life and I'm enjoying my life every day.
Kirsty, how you doing? You doing good?
Who is this?
It's me. It's Jonathan.
I don't know anyone by the name Jonathan.
What are you talking about? Forgot your own brother's name?
I don't have any brothers.
What?
I've cut ties with my family at home a long time ago. I don't have any family.
Relax, dude. You're Kirsty, right? You and I are definitely family. No matter what you do, you can't change that fact.
Okay, and what do you want from me?
Well, I remembered you, and I was wondering if you were doing well.
Why the hell are you asking me that out of the blue? I've nothing to talk to you about, not a single thing.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. Mom and Dad both want to see you too. How about you come by and say hello next time?
No, seriously, what are you talking about? You're way too late for that. I don't need to remind you that you chased me out of the house with everyone else too. You didn't forget, did you?
I mean, yeah, I guess that did happen, but it's a great memory now, right?
I don't think you understand the meaning of great. Do you realize how much trouble I had to go through because of that?
I know, that must have been really tough.
You don't know anything. Can you stop acting like you understand just to get brownie points? You called me a failure. You suddenly grabbed and packed some of my clothes to chase me out. I had little to no income and I was forced out of my house. I couldn't live alone yet, so I lived in my workplace. I was literally underaged. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I totally do get it, but I thought that doing that to you was the best thing I could do for you.
What? You thought that the best thing you could do was to throw out an 18-year-old girl with no job?
If we didn't do that to you, you never would have been independent. And that's why I talked to Dad and decided to do that with him.
Also, all of the money I had saved up. You used it all without asking me about it at all. I had to start a new life with no actual funds.
Starting from zero is better. It's like it's a completely new life, you know?
What the hell are you talking about? You and Dad are the exact same. You think that just because you're super elite, that the things I do aren't worth anything at all. You called it trash. You even burned everything that I had written down, didn't you?
I just wanted you to rethink your decisions. I knew that you failed college and you were just stuck inside after that. I didn't want to just let you stay inside and rot away.
I didn't get accepted into college because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to a college that I wasn't interested in. I just took the entrance exam because of Dad's status.
You really should stop acting tough. Just come back home already. I've already thought about it twice. I want to start accepting the things that you're doing.
Wow, thank you so much, Your Highness. I have no intention to ever return. I also have zero intention of ever talking to you or my family.
What the hell? You think you can act all tough just because I'm over here being humble? Just come home, damn it!
You literally made me broke. You chased me out of my own home. And no matter how much I was struggling, you never offered to help at all. All of you literally ignored me for 5 long, dreadful years. You're not family anymore. You're nothing more than strangers. You're worse than strangers.
I'm sorry about that. I told you. Dad feels the same way as I do. Let's just talk a little.
About what?
What do you mean about what? About us as a family.
Family? I just told you, we're not family. I know exactly why you decided to reach out to me, too.
Huh?
It's because my novel won several big awards and I'm making a name for myself. And it's going to be made into a real movie. That's why, right?
Well, really? Congratulations on that.
Look at you, pretending not to know. I'm sure you saw it on the news this morning, right?
I mean, did you see the news? You never reported back to us about anything. I didn't know at all. Seriously, congratulations.
Shut the hell up. You realize now all the things that you all called trash and useless? Well, apparently society really loves that trash.
I didn't realize that you had that kind of talent.
Didn't realize or just wasn't interested at all. You and Dad were both only interested in your own work. Mom was just the stereotypical shut up and make me a sandwich type woman. She had zero interest in my happiness. But none of that matters anymore. I actually feel much better. So bye.
Hang on just a sec. How about we just celebrate your award, huh? You just come back home once. Is that clear? How about this weekend?
I'm sorry, I'm busy this weekend. I won't be able to go.
And what about next week?
I'm actually going to be busy every weekend for the rest of my life, so I don't ever want to see you again.
Why the hell not?
How about just being honest with everyone?
What? What are you talking about?
The real reason that you reached out to me today, to the younger sister that you had never reached out to for 5 long years, there has to be some kind of reason that you're contacting me, right?
What are you talking about? I really just wanted to celebrate your awards.
Really? Okay, thanks. That's it. Bye.
Okay, fine. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I need your help.
Is it money?
Yeah, it is. Dad's company is in danger.
And?
I'm the vice president of the company. I'm running the company with Dad, but the company isn't doing well right now. It's just not working out for us. You won an award, though. I'm sure if your novel is going to be made into a movie, you must have had quite a bit of money, right? You loan us a little bit, please.
That's the real reason you contacted me. I knew it this whole time.
I'm begging you. We're family, right?
Why are you in that situation right now?
It's not my fault at all.
I'm sure the second you started actually having important decision-making powers in the company, things started failing, right? I knew that it wouldn't succeed with you running it.
It's true that all this happened after I started running things. It wasn't my fault, though. It's because the clients that I work with are all full of idiots. They started ruining my reputation.
Yeah, the company probably isn't doing well because you're only ever thinking about yourself and not others, right?
What?
That's why you kept losing your trust. I'm sure big-time clients must have ran away from you, right? I knew that you had no talent or skill in running a business at all.
Shut the hell up! Don't act like you know anything. What the hell do you know about any of this?
I don't know anything. I don't even want to know or begin to understand what someone like you thinks of everyone else. I never want to understand what that's like. I also knew something, to be honest with you.
Huh?
The real reason that I was chased out, it wasn't because of Dad and what he thought about me. It was all because of you, right?
What are you talking about?
Well, a year after I was ruthlessly thrown out into the world with nothing to my name, Mom contacted me. She apologized profusely to me. She said that you convinced Dad and that you wanted to help chase me out of my own home. She even said that maybe you just wanted all of Dad's inheritance to yourself. Of course, I didn't think about that at all. I mean, I know it's a little too late and all, but now that I think about it, that makes complete sense. But don't worry about it. I don't care about Dad's inheritance. I'm sure his company is going to go under because of your undoing.
Shut up! Just give me the money. If I can't get over this situation, I can still make a recovery. I'll just cut back on all the newer employees, all of them. Then I don't have to worry about paying them and everything is fine.
Who would want someone with that kind of logic as your own boss? I don't have any intention of loaning you any money. I don't have any intention of meeting you either. Also, have you even read my novel?
No, I haven't, but I just saw it on the news.
I knew it. You never would have contacted me if you had read it at all.
What are you talking about?
Well, the novel actually has everything that you've done to me up until this point. It's literally all written right there. It starts from when we were kids, too, and how you bullied me.
It's fiction anyway. No one would know that it was me.
Did you actually watch the news? I literally told them your real name in the interview.
What?
You might be a popular man for some interesting magazines. I'm sure they're all looking you up as we speak. The movie is going to be released next year, so it's still a little ways away, but I hope your company is still around until then.
What? What the hell are you talking about? You made it so that they could figure out who I am and where I work?
I don't know anything.
Stop messing around with me, you shithead! The company is already in a world of trouble. Why would you try to make the owner look bad? And you call me your family member? You don't feel bad for Dad at all?
Why the hell would I? It doesn't matter. He threw me out all the same, even if it was your idea to begin with. If you're interested in the content, though, maybe you should try to give it a shot. Thank you for your patronage. In Christie's novel, there were a lot of articles about her childhood. How Jonathan had bullied her when she was young and several traumatizing events. By the end of the week after the interview, a lot of paparazzi magazines had figured out the connection between the two of them. Jonathan's public image was completely destroyed, and as a direct result, his company was failing. Her parents would go on to read the novel. They were furious about what their own son did to their daughter. After firing Jonathan from the company, they chased him out of the house as well. Christie had no intention of ever forgiving her parents, however. She didn't go back to their house. But she did promise to invite them to the movie's premiere. Jonathan, on the other hand, had no job or place to live. He looked for a place of work nearby, but since most of the people knew about her novel and the contents, no one wanted to hire him to work for them.
Miss Angelica, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a second?
Yeah, sure. Is there a problem?
Wow, you're up early.
Huh? What do you mean?
I figured you'd be asleep at a time like this.
Huh? Why would you think that? I made William breakfast as soon as I woke up, and I just sent him off to kindergarten. Is something wrong?
You sent him off today, did you? Your husband comes more frequently than you do, right?
You think so? I think it's about half and half. We share each other's duties, so...
Ah, I see.
Yeah, we both work. It's so that we don't get overloaded with stress, you know? We share our work. Is there a problem?
I heard some strange rumors recently.
What about?
I'm sorry for asking such a strange question, but you work night jobs, right?
What? I mean, I work night shift, sure. Is that a problem?
Wow, you really just admit it that easily. How were you able to admit such a thing so easily? With no shame?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I can't believe that I have the same kindergarten as someone who would be willing to admit such a thing that proudly. I've never met anyone like that in my life before.
I'm sorry. I don't really understand what you're talking about. What exactly are you trying to say?
It's okay. I've heard enough.
What?
I understand the kind of person you are now. That's why you live in a house that big.
It's really not that big. The acreage isn't really any different from the other houses in the neighborhood. We actually just chose the colors to make it look a little bigger than it actually is.
You use the money that you make from that kind of work. Aren't you embarrassed to build a house using that kind of dirty money?
That kind of work? I'm actually incredibly proud of my job and my work. Why are you sitting here telling me about my own job?
I'm worried about my kids, about the effect you'll have on them by being around them. I can't stand it, to be honest with you. Have you thought about the kids at all?
Huh? I think about it all the time.
You don't think you're doing your own son, William, a disservice? He's alone at night, right?
He's never alone at night. While I'm out working, my husband looks after him. William really loves his dad. There really are no issues there.
He's just acting tough because he doesn't want to show you his weak side.
Huh?
William is only 5 years old and he's trying so hard to hide his feelings. I feel so bad for him.
I don't know if he's holding back his feelings at all, but I definitely don't think it's something that you should be talking about, Jessie. Why are you talking about this out of the blue?
I told you already, I'm worried. If William starts holding things in and ends up a stressed little boy, he's going to start having an effect on the kids around him, right?
That's why I was worried, but if his mother is like this, then I don't think there's any chance to make things right again. Make things right? Talk about what? I'm just saying that you're kind of a nuisance. Please don't ever talk to my kid or any other kid. Just leave us all alone from now on. Do you understand? What the hell are you talking about? Who do you think you are? Do you really think you have any right to tell me any of that? Not just you, William too. Be sure to tell him. What? William too. Make sure you don't let him hang out with my child or anyone else's child. Do you understand? What the hell are you talking about? You must be smoking something. Kids should be free to hang out with whoever they like. It's a bad influence. Please do not do that to us. You can talk shit about me all you like, but it has nothing to do with William. And what the hell are you talking about bad influence? I can't believe your husband either. How could he let his wife do such a shameful job? And he has the audacity to show up and send off his son to kindergarten. Is it because he doesn't make enough money from his job? Is that why you have to put yourself through that mess? That's not at all what's going on. I do this because I love my job. I have no intention of ever quitting either. I already spoke to my husband about it and we both agreed it was fine. He agrees with my decision to work too. Also, he doesn't do too bad for himself and provides for us fine. You don't have to worry about me, seriously. I see. Then I won't be saying anything else to you, but about my son and William. I will make sure that they are never able to play with each other again. Do you understand me? I don't know why you're saying that they can't hang out anymore, but if that's what you want to do with your child, then I can't really say anything about it. I understand. I won't be able to stop you. Yes, because that's what I'm going to do. I will be telling all of the other mums as well. You understand that, right? Huh? Are you trying to isolate William completely? Why are you so intent on doing that? Some random child living with a mum who works the night. I'm sure that child will grow up to be a shitty person. I'm not sure why I have to be scolded for working nights. I really don't understand where you're coming from. You work night jobs, and you still somehow try to deal with kids. I don't understand that at all. Working in adult work. You're not even a single mom. How could you do such a thing? What? Adult work? I know about it. You always go out in the afternoon. I've seen you go out a few times. You go out to work even on the weekends. You must be doing some kind of adult work, right? I'm sorry. That's what you meant by working nights? I understand now that you've completely misunderstood me. I do work night shifts, yes. But I don't do any adult work, no. Then what the hell do? You can try to come up with excuses if you like. These aren't excuses. I run a small tutoring school in front of the station. Uh-huh. We accept students up to high school. Most weekdays, I work night shifts as a result. My school takes on kids from K to 12th grade. Most of the kids want to come on weekends, though. That's why I'm often leaving for work on the weekends. I've been working before I ever had kids, and they had just allowed me to run the school. I really can't just up and quit, you know? I try my best to take off the weekends, but you're right. Maybe William was a little lonely on the weekends or nights. Tutoring? Like, for regular schools? Yeah, exactly. I end up leaving for work at night often. I think people might misunderstand why, but I really don't think your imagination has led you to the right answer. So you run it? I mean, they hired me to run it. But yeah, I run as the school director for that class. Seriously? You cannot believe me all you want, but if you look up the school name on the internet, you'll find a photo of me as the school director on the website. You're kidding me, right? You don't do adult work? I told you a few times already. No, I don't. But you don't want anyone who works nights to deal with kids at all, right? I agree. Let's make sure that happens. No, wait. I think I must have had some kind of misunderstanding. I see. You do some kind of tutoring program. What age are kids able to go to your school? Well, the youngest I have right now is 5 years old. I teach my own kid at home, so I don't have any intention of making him go to our school. But if he ever decides that he wants to go too, I might take him with me. I don't know. And do you guys teach Japanese by chance? Well, we mainly tutor Japanese and math, so yeah, we can definitely handle that. I see. Just wondering, if I know you as a friend, does that mean I'm able to receive a discount? Yeah, I definitely discount fees charged to my friends. We also have a special discount for when you bring new students. I see. I'm sorry that I misunderstood. Let's make sure to stay great friends from now on too, okay? Huh? Yeah, no. In your dreams, lady. What? What do you mean? You said it yourself. You said that you don't want anything to do with me. You don't want me to have anything to do with any of your kids, right? Wait, hang on. That was because of the misunderstanding. Do you understand? Well, that's fine. I don't want my kids to deal with you either. Someone who would judge another human being for the work that they do. That's seriously not what I intended to do. I just thought that you were doing adult work. That's exactly what I mean. What are you talking about? What did I ever do to you? You talked down to another person's career. You even started complaining about someone else's family. You're that kind of person. I don't want to deal with a person like that. I want to make sure my kid learns Japanese too, though. Can you please give us a discount? I don't mind if our kids hang out because they're friends, but I really don't like you, Jessie. I definitely don't consider you to be a friend of mine anymore. If you're ever interested in joining our school, you will be paying full price. I was a little worried that I might have been too mean to Jessie, but... After that day, Angelica started to completely ignore Jessie entirely. To add to it, she made sure the kids stopped playing with each other too. She was going to make it abundantly clear that she was avoiding Jessie. Angelica handed out discount coupons to all of her friends other than Jessie. Apparently all of the other mums tried their best to get along with Angelica. It was almost poetic. It's a mum-eat-mum world out there.
So, Cammy, I understand your imbecile sister will be coming to the next family reunion? If I recall correctly, both of you are high school dropouts. This will be an excellent opportunity to see just how horrendously stupid your family is. I never quite understood why my son decided to marry you. But perhaps after he sees the two of you dunces in the same place, he'll come to his senses.
Good evening, Miranda. To answer your question, yes, my sister is planning on attending. And yes, we did both drop out of high school. However, my sister is a good person. I don't think she'll cause any problems for you.
You don't have to tell me that you don't think, Cammy. I'm already aware of that. Sometimes I almost feel bad for the two of you. It must have been difficult growing up in a family that hardly even had 2 pennies to rub together. Even being a big of a failure as you are, I'll bet both you and your sister make more money than your parents did combined. Don't get me wrong, though. I'm not the least bit interested in hearing your sob stories about your impoverished childhood. So, if you must talk, I'd appreciate it if you could at least say something that more educated people than yourselves would find interesting.
Well, we didn't really struggle all that much. I don't have any sob stories to tell in the first place.
You don't need to lie to me, Cammy. Rather, I should say that there's no point. I already know exactly what you are.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, though, what is wrong with that sister of yours? You've been married for months now, and yet she hasn't come by to introduce herself? Really, that's exceptionally rude of her. In any case, we'll finally get the chance to meet her soon. Now, my husband may tease her a bit for various reasons, including the obvious one that she's an imbecile. However, I want you to keep in mind that anything he says to you is your fault. Don't shoot the messenger, as they say. You can't complain when he points out simple truths about you.
Right. Well, my sister is out of the country pretty often on business. I haven't even seen her in several months, which is something that I believe I've explained to you before. So I don't know why you think it's rude for her to not have met you yet when she's been literally physically incapable of meeting you up until now.
I told you, Cammy, your uneducated lies won't work on me. If your sister hasn't come to meet you since your wedding, it's most likely because she doesn't think your wedding is important enough. Either that, or the two of you have always hated each other and she never intended on seeing you in the first place. Bitter sibling rivalries are common in lower class families. In any case, rude is rude. She should have made more of an effort to visit us. Goodness me, it's bad enough she's a high school dropout, but having no manners on top of that? Disgraceful. There are absolutely no redeeming factors to her at all.
It's interesting that you would say that, seeing as you haven't even met her yet.
Knowing you is enough. And you should know that you are a massive black spot on our otherwise noble family. Do not embarrass me when the family comes over. Do you understand me?
Yes, Miranda, I understand.
That was the funniest thing I've seen in ages! The way you screamed when my husband poured that cup of hot tea on your head, it was like something out of an old Saturday morning cartoon. I was right to invite you to come. The court jester is the perfect role for an idiot high school dropout like you.
I still can't believe what just happened. It would be one thing if it were an accident, but that was on purpose. I think he just gave me burns on my scalp and part of my face. It really hurts. I need to go find some ice or something.
I imagine it does hurt when you've been reminded of your place. You were such a rotten little upstart in there, bragging about your sister. So what if she's achieved a mediocre of success as a model? You're both still beneath us and should have maintained a proper attitude. How could you be so delusional about yourselves? Congratulations, you're slightly taller than the average woman. Oh, and I suppose maybe your sister might be considered pretty by some men with lower standards. That doesn't change the fact that the two of you are nothing but a couple of idiots and completely useless to society.
Miranda, you can mock me all you want. I can deal with that. But I will not stand for you insulting my sister.
What's that? Would you like another cup of tea? Apparently the first wasn't enough to make you understand. It's precisely that baseless pride in your sister that made my husband feel the need to teach you a lesson in the first place. No matter what either of you do, you will never be on the same level as my family. Once you made the decision to become a dropout, you tactically consented to bearing that title for the rest of your life. Other than you two, every single person in that room graduated from college, and prestigious ones at that. You marrying my son was the worst humiliation I have ever suffered in my life.
I am waiting for the part where you justify doing what you did to me, Miranda.
Shut your mouth. I don't need to justify anything to the likes of you. Now hurry up and get back in here right away. You have work to do. Thanks to you, my husband needs a fresh cup of tea, and he wants it right away. You've got some burns on your face? Oh, you poor thing. Your arms and legs still work. I hope you realize how much your misbehavior has ruined the atmosphere of what was a delightful afternoon. You will come before my husband, get on your knees, and apologize for your behavior this instant.
And if I refuse?
Then you will no longer be welcomed in this family.
I've met some stuck-up, elitist slimeballs in my life, but you bring the term to a whole new level.
What did you just say to me?
That's it. I can't take this anymore. It's time I put an end to this charade and tell you the truth about who I am.
What on earth are you going on about? I already know exactly what you are. A pathetic, miserable, idiotic, useless high school dropout. And for that little outburst, you will apologize to me once you're done apologizing to my husband.
We'll see who's apologizing to who when the day is done.
Cammy, I am so terribly sorry for what I've done. I was incredibly rude to you. Please, dear, can't you find it in your heart to forgive an old woman's foolishness?
I do not need, nor do I want, an apology from you. What you've done to me is not something that you can fix with just an apology. The world isn't that simple of a place. And I'm not that forgiving of a person. So don't bother debasing yourself by groveling at my feet. It's not going to do you any good. I cannot deal with you, your husband, my husband, or anyone in that bile-infested cesspool you call a family any longer. I'm going home now. Oh, and I know how excruciating it is for you to have a filthy little high school dropout like me for a daughter-in-law, so you know what? I think I'll spare you any more grief and divorce your son. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but don't worry, I'll be out of your hair soon enough.
No, Cammy, don't! I take back all the nasty things I've ever said about you.
Is this how stupid all you fancy university graduates are? Because God in heaven, you are dense. You can't just take it back. Did you think life is like a social media post that you could just delete it if it doesn't get the reaction you expected? Well, you're too late. The damage is done. Your husband's assault, and yes, it was an assault, has left me with burns on about a third of my face. I'm on my way to the hospital now so they can examine me. Once they do, I'm going straight to the police and filing a report against you. And right after that, I am going to have a talk with my lawyer about what my next steps are going to be.
What? Police? Lawyer? Come now, Cammy! Don't you think you're blowing this out of proportion? We're family, you know? This was just a minor little family scuffle, that's all. These things happen all the time. We don't need to go getting the police or courts involved.
You might think that way, but unfortunately for you, I am not a pathetic pushover. I will go to the police about what you did to me, and that's final. Oh, and another thing? I am also going to talk to my lawyer about drawing up a set of divorce papers so I can break up with your son as soon as possible. So, within a few weeks, we're not going to be a family anymore.
Wait! Cammy, please. I had no idea that you were a millionaire real estate investor. Not only that, but you own the housing development where this very house is built. I mean, the only thing I ever heard about your work from my son was that you hardly ever work at all. He said you mostly just sit around looking at your laptop all day, so I figured you were unemployed.
Good grief, Miranda, what year is it? I don't need to leave the house to make money. All I need is a laptop and an internet connection, and I'm good to go.
Ah, yes, I suppose you're right. Technology is incredible these days, isn't it? But if you don't mind me asking, how on earth did you learn the investment skills you would need to amass that kind of fortune? I mean, you are a high school dropout after all.
Oh, thank you so much for reminding me. You haven't mentioned that in the last 5 minutes, so I almost forgot about that. Seriously, I've never met anyone with such a bizarre prejudice against high school dropouts as you in my life. Do you think I dropped out because I was too dumb to graduate?
Is there any other reason to drop out from high school?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, I had a very good reason to drop out of high school. It was a complete waste of time. When I turned 16, I had an epiphany. I had spent more than 10 years in the educational system, but I was learning more in my free time looking things up myself than when I was at school. That's when I thought to myself, why am I sitting in this concrete prison for 8 hours a day when I could be learning more by myself? And so I did just that. I dropped out and started just studying whatever I wanted to. My sister did the same thing for a slightly different reason. She wanted to be a model and start her own fashion brand and dropped out a little bit before I did. Do you get it now? We dropped out of our own volition.
So you're not an idiot? You're actually quite intelligent?
Yeah, I guess you could say that, though I'd like to think that just about anyone is capable of doing what I did. Once they free themselves from the constraints of this country's educational system, that's it. I learned more from self-study and real-world experience than I ever would have if I finished my last few years of public education.
When you say it like that, it makes a good deal of sense. But if that's the case, why would you hide all of that from us? You were lying to us about who you really were this whole time. Don't you feel guilty at all about lying to your family?
Please, Miranda, everything I do is calculated, and that includes not letting you know my true identity.
What do you mean?
Ever since I became successful, I could see the people around me changing. It turns out there are actually a lot of people like you who change their tone based on how much money a person has. I started getting complimented more than I ever had before. People who never paid attention to me before suddenly became very interested in what I do and how I do it. That was a wake-up call. If people know that I'm wealthy, then they're not going to show me who they really are when they're around me. So I decided that I would start hiding that fact about myself and then see how people act towards me. Then I can know what kind of person they really are. That is why I never told you about myself. I was still judging whether you were the type of people I could let my guard down around.
I see. But you chose my son as your husband, right? That's wonderful. And my son chose to take you as his wife, too, despite you being a high school dropout. That must mean the two of you are truly in love with each other. I'm so happy for the both of you. You have a long life full of happiness ahead of you.
Yeah, about that. I'm not really one to toot my own horn, but... well, my sister is a world-famous model, right? She's objectively one of the most beautiful and desired women in the world. And, well, I'm her sister. We look quite a bit alike. We're both pretty long-legged and in good shape. And while I can admit Alana has a prettier face than me, we still have our sibling resemblance. Which is all to say that I have never had any trouble finding men who were interested in me, even without them knowing I have money. Your son and I became friendly, and yes, I agreed to marry him. But he was still on probation.
Probation? You mean to tell me you didn't fully trust him even after you got married?
I've been burned in the past by men I thought I could trust. I understand why you wouldn't think very highly of that, but it's basically a survival instinct for me. When we first got married, he was treating me pretty well, and I thought that maybe he was a genuinely nice guy. That didn't last very long, however. I gave him an airtight cover story about a job that allowed me to work from home, but he didn't believe me. He thought all the work-from-home jobs were for intelligent people, which, me being a stupid high school dropout, I couldn't possibly be. So he stopped doing any chores at all and spent all this time going to bars and nightclubs. His words to me were, if you're just going to lay around the house doing nothing all day and contribute absolutely nothing to this family, then I'm going to do whatever the hell I want with my money. To be honest, I've been getting pretty fed up with him lately.
Well, I know that it may not be my place to comment on someone else's relationship, but don't you think there's a possibility that you were both contributing to the difficulties between you?
Sure, that's definitely possible. However, he won't even talk to me about our problems. He says talking about feelings is for girls. How are we supposed to repair our relationship if he won't even talk to me? This marriage is a lost cause, and I am putting an end to it.
You can't just decide that on your own. You're a couple. You need to talk to each other. Something as big as a divorce should be a joint decision, not you simply forcing your will onto him.
Did you not just see me say that he won't talk to me? And besides, his attitude isn't the only reason I'm divorcing him. The way your entire family has treated me is utterly reprehensible, and I won't deal with it any longer. And then the second you learned I'm rich, all of a sudden you start treating me better. What a coincidence, right? You all disgust me. I gave you a chance and you threw it away, so I'm leaving. Now get out of my house.
Your house?
Your son told you he bought that house, didn't he?
Oh no. You mean he didn't actually buy it?
Nope, it was me. He just told you it was him and let you live there without my permission. Now that we're divorced, I have no reason to put up with you anymore, so I want you out.
You can't do this to us. We love this house. It's our home.
It was your home. But as of tomorrow, I'm selling it to the highest bidder, so get your things cleared out by morning. I hope you enjoyed your time living rent-free at my expense, because those days are over. You're going to have to take care of yourselves from now on.
Oh my god, Cammy, what is wrong with those people? Like, for real, what were you thinking marrying that guy? The whole family is the absolute worst.
You can say that again. I'm really sorry about yesterday, Alana. It was the first time you've been back in the country in forever, but it ended up being a total waste of time for you. But on a positive note, it's thanks to you that I now know exactly what sort of people they all are. I made my decision. I'm divorcing him and moving on with my life.
Oh, you're divorcing him? That's a huge relief. If you didn't say that, I was this close to having my security team go down and teach your husband some manners.
I would have paid money to see that happen.
It can still happen if you want, girl. Just say the word.
Nah, that's all right. He's going to get what's coming to him already.
If you say so, but the offer's on the table. By the way, sorry I couldn't go to the hospital with you. I had to go see somebody for work.
That's totally fine. My doctor said my burns shouldn't take too long to heal. He gave me some cream for it and said there shouldn't be any permanent scarring.
That's a relief. How would you get yourself a new man without that gorgeous face of yours? Okay, but for real, can we talk some more about how those people are literally the worst human beings on the planet? My charity just shut down a sweatshop in Asia that was run by nicer people than them. I mean, your father-in-law actually dumped a cup of hot tea on your head just because you're a high school dropout. And then your mother-in-law told you to go make him another cup? They're psychos, just straight up psychos, all of them.
It was great watching all their faces when you told them all about the businesses that you've started over the past few years. You could tell their brains were kicking into overdrive to find a reason to make fun of you in spite of your massive success.
And in the end, all that geezer would come up with was, well, I spent a solid week working on my doctoral thesis.
Right? As if that's even close to as impressive as anything you've accomplished in the last week.
I'm surprised you put up with that for as long as you did, though, Cammy. Didn't it hurt to have them mock you like that?
Honestly, I came close to feeling bad for them. Like, in the back of my mind, I was just thinking about how their brains were going to explode once I told them who I really was.
Okay, and one more thing. I was also waiting to see what you were planning to do about your husband before I told you this, but That guy is an absolute scumbag. And I'm not just talking about the way he was laughing right along while your mother-in-law was mocking you. Remember when he showed me where the bathroom was? He tried to hit on me while I was in the bathroom. Like, he was standing outside the door trying to put the moves on me.
No way.
Yes way. I'm really sorry, Cammy. It has to hurt, but I thought you deserved to know the truth.
You know, nothing he does hurts me anymore. Because the truth is, I actually found out recently just what kind of a scumbag he is.
Really? You don't mean...
Yep, it's exactly what you think. At first I thought he was just your average, everyday, run-of-the-mill jerk. But it turns out he's actually a grade A certified sleaze bucket.
Cammy, are you really going to divorce my son? He just came by our new house to tell us about it. I wish you could see how badly he's hurting right now. Listen, I know the two of you have been through some difficulties, but won't you please reconsider what you're doing?
Unsurprisingly, it seems like your son didn't tell you the whole story. He betrayed me, Miranda. He's been cheating on me for just about as long as we've been married, and I have all the evidence I need to prove it. I'm moving forward with divorcing him, and I am going to sue him to recover the money that he spent out of our joint savings account on his mistress.
You're suing him? But you can't honestly think you're innocent in all of this.
Excuse me?
It's clear that my poor son wasn't satisfied with you. If he were, then he wouldn't have had any reason to go after other women. You must not have been trying hard enough to win his favor. Either that or not paying enough attention to his needs as a man. You can't sue him for something that you drove him to.
Wow, that is some super duper intellectual legal analysis by you, Miranda. Unfortunately, it happens to be 100% wrong, however. The law is on my side, and I will sue both him and your husband, and I will win.
What? You're suing my husband too? Wasn't it enough that you filed a police report against him? They're telling him he has to report to the station for questioning now.
I fully intend to take advantage of every remedy afforded to me by the law. You're going down.
Cammy, can't we talk about this?
No. No good will ever come from talking to you crazies. If you have any questions or complaints, feel free to address them to my lawyer. And with that, I bid you adieu.
That's it? You're just going to walk out of our lives like nothing ever happened? How could you be so heartless?
You want to talk about being heartless, Miranda? Heartless is betraying your wife and spending all your time with your mistress. Heartless is a mother justifying her son's wanton infidelity. Me? I'm not heartless. Most people with a functioning moral conscience would look at what you and your son did to me and be furiously apologizing. You, however, are going for a slightly different strategy. The old try and guilt the victim into not getting justice for herself strategy. It's a bold move, but sadly, it's not going to pay off for you.
But Cammy, we lost our house because of you. Now you're suing my husband on top of that? I thought that if you would just relent on suing my son, we could rely on him to support us. But he'll never be able to afford to help us out when you're through with him. If anything, we'll be the ones who have to help him out. Someone's got to help him mend the broken heart you left him with.
He's still got his mistress, right? She can pick up the pieces for you. But as of now, I no longer have any reason to care how sad he is. He could have chosen the path of being a decent husband to me, and the payoff to him and you would have been astronomical. But instead, you all chose the path of derision, mockery, betrayal, and violence. And now you're getting the punishment you deserve.
Isn't it punishment enough for us to lose our house? None of us thought this would happen, Cammy. We were totally caught off guard. You don't have to do anything for us ever again, but please don't abandon my son.
You're wasting your time, Miranda. The world isn't as convenient a place as you think it is. All of you have done terrible things to me that you can't take back. Seriously, you opened this conversation by trying to convince me that I was the one at fault for my husband cheating on me.
I apologize, Cammy, for everything. I apologize as many times as you want. So please forgive us.
Your son already tried to come crying to me, and you're not going to do any better than he did. I have no need for a cheating man and his evil family. My now ex-husband was crying his eyes out during the entire meeting with my lawyer. It didn't even faze me. Once our divorce was finalized, I immediately launched my lawsuits against all of them and kicked them out of my house. They tried to use squatters' rights to keep living there, but it wasn't going to work. When my husband's mistress found out they'd been caught, she immediately broke up with him and disappeared. So when they became homeless, loveless, and deep in debt, did the lovely family come together and support each other in their time of need? Of course not. They started blaming each other and had a big blowout fight, and all went their separate ways. And with that, the story of my brief yet eventful marriage comes to an end. It felt really good taking down a family full of scuzzy losers like them. So don't feel bad about me for having to deal with all that trouble. It's all behind me now. I'm just as optimistic as ever about the bright future ahead of me.
Finally, now I can say that I'm no longer related to you guys. Honestly, it was really annoying being treated like family all this time. Your damn father really did us a favor by distributing everything like that.
Rowan, how could you say such terrible things? He may be your stepfather, but he was still your father. It's only been a week since he passed away.
I don't care. To me, he's just a stranger. Oh, yeah, and since he treated us like family, we're entitled to all of his inheritance as a consequence.
Wait, what are you saying? We did become siblings because our parents got remarried. I understand that you might not have very fond feelings for me, and I can accept that. But does that really mean you intend to take your hands on the money your father left behind?
I'm not just gonna take my hands on it, I'm gonna take all of it!
Huh?
Well, then it's settled. As far as I'm concerned, you and I are no longer family. Do you really think I want to deal with those outdated, old-fashioned people from the 70s era moving forward?
Hold on, Rowan. Give back what belongs to my father. That inheritance is something he left for us. Come on. Please, Rowan.
You're his sister, huh? Unbelievable. How could you do this? It's absolutely appalling. You call yourself a sister when you didn't even show up for the wedding? Are you kidding me? You've ruined a prestigious family wedding like it was nothing. I will not forgive you for this.
Who are you?
I'm Maddie, your brother's fiancé. I've heard so much about you from him. And let me tell you, the way you've betrayed him by canceling the wedding at the last minute shows you're completely finished as a person. As the bride, I'm going to make sure that our entire family comes together to deal with you.
But I don't have a brother.
Excuse me?
I'm an only child, and both of my parents have passed away. Are you sure you're not mistaking me for someone else?
That can't be right. This number is the one he gave me.
Well, there's a chance that he made a mistake. Or maybe there's some sort of misunderstanding. Could you tell me the name and contact information of the person you're looking for? Rowan? How could you do this to me?
Who the hell are you?
It's Cassidy, your former sister-in-law.
Why are you contacting me?
Your fiancé reached out to me. Why is it that you cut ties with us but are still canceling the wedding?
What? You bothering me for that? Seriously?
Are you serious right now?
Look, it doesn't look good that no one came except for my mom, all right? So I just lied about it. Who cares? We're practically strangers and you just want to stick your nose into our business.
You dragged me into this without my consent, and now you're blaming me? And I heard this too. You've been telling everyone that I'm the terrible sister who ran off with the inheritance? Is that really how you want to portray me? That I'm this heartless, villainous sister while you're the good brother who's just trying to forgive her? I can't believe what I'm hearing. It's completely outrageous.
Shut up. It's not like you've been affected by any of this, so why do you care? Has it really caused you any trouble?
Maybe not directly, but who feels good being portrayed as the villain? Did you really not have any brotherly feelings towards me? After 10 years together, you can betray me so easily and then still drag us into this mess? Enough is enough.
Duh, you're so loud. Whining over losing some money is just pathetic. Are you poor or something?
That money was saved by my dad for emergencies after my mom passed away. And now you want to take what my father left behind?
Scary! This is why you'll end up as an old maid, always yelling and angry. Anyway, you canceled my wedding, that's the truth. Don't start digging up the past like it matters now.
What did you just say? You're the one who ran away, and yet you're saying whatever you want? Don't talk like that.
Cassidy, I sincerely apologize for the rude comments I made earlier. I realize now that my emotions got the better of me, and my reaction was immature and uncalled for. I've been reflecting on how I acted, and I truly regret it.
No, it's understandable. If Rowan has been telling you that I'm the villain, then it's no surprise that you would be angry. I'm still unmarried, but if the family of someone I loved canceled a wedding like this, I think I'd be furious as well.
Thank you for understanding. Honestly, until you showed me those messages from Rowan, I had no idea of his true nature. It's quite embarrassing, really.
I'm glad I thought to send you screenshots of everything. Don't worry about being deceived. It happens to the best of us. But I have to ask, what exactly did Rowan say of our relationship? It sounds like he painted me as some kind of terrible monster.
Well, he mentioned that he was bullied by his stepmother and her daughter, and that he had been suffering for a long time. He also said that even though he and his sister had a strained relationship, he was really happy that she was planning to come to the wedding. He thought they would finally be able to reconcile, but when she didn't show up, he was heartbroken. He said something like, "She thinks of me as nothing but a toy to hurt."
And that's quite a dramatic story he spun. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he could become a novelist with how much imagination he has.
I had heard that siblings didn't get along, but even after seeing those screenshots, there was a part of me that wanted to believe in him. However, when I checked his phone, I found evidence that he had been deceiving me all along.
Oh, that's why he suddenly stopped replying to my messages. I see now.
I was devastated when I discovered the truth. The fact that Rowan could be this kind of person is shocking. At this moment, I find it hard to trust anyone at all.
He's a master of deception, and I was fooled for a whole 10 years. He betrayed us, yet he painted my father as the villain while playing the tragic hero himself. That's something I can never forgive. It's not just that, he continues to deceive people without a hint of remorse.
Cassidy.
I haven't been in touch with anyone and didn't even know where to find you, but now I feel like an opportunity has finally come. I intend to reclaim everything that was taken from me. I want to drag him down to hell. If you don't want to get involved, I suggest you run away while you still can.
Wait! Let me help you.
What? No, I mean, yes, you are indirectly involved, but you shouldn't get directly involved, right?
True, but I desperately want to help. I belong to a prestigious family, and because of that, there are things I can do that no one else can.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, But this isn't something you should just jump into lightly. This is serious business, and there are a lot of risk involved. I don't want to drag you into something dangerous.
I understand the risks, but my family's reputation has been tarnished as well because of what Rowan has done. I have connections, resources, and influence that can make a difference. I can't just sit back and watch him ruin everything. I won't stand for it.
Wow, you really are passionate about this, aren't you? I admire that, but I just want to make sure you know what you're getting into. Rowan is cunning and manipulative, and he won't hesitate to use everything at his disposal to protect himself.
I know, but that just makes me want to fight even harder. He has manipulated both of us for too long. We have to join forces and expose him for who he truly is. This is our chance to take back what he stole from us.
I see your point. If we work together, we might stand a better chance. But we need to be careful and plan everything out thoroughly. We can't let our emotions cloud our judgment.
Absolutely. We must be strategic about this. I've been thinking of ways to gather information and evidence against him. If we can show his true nature to everyone, people will start to see through his lies. It's time he faced the consequences of his actions.
I like the sound of that. But first, we need to gather everything we can about him. His interactions, his lies, anything that could expose him. We can't leave any stone unturned.
Right! Let's start making a list of all the people he has manipulated or deceived. If we can get testimonies or evidence from them, it could really strengthen our case. Plus, we should keep an eye on his movements to find out what he's up to. I have a few contacts who can help us with this.
That sounds great. With your connections and my determination, I believe we can bring him down. But we must be careful. He may try to turn people against us if he catches wind of what we're doing.
Agreed. We need to act discreetly. For now, let's focus on gathering our resources and preparing ourselves. We're going to need all the support we can get to face him head on.
Absolutely. We'll prepare for battle. This is just the beginning. Rowan may think he can get away with everything, but he's about to learn that his reign of deception is coming to an end.
Hey, you old hag, what the hell is this document supposed to be?
Wow. Starting off with old hag, huh? You've always had such a foul mouth. It's truly a wonder you've ever managed to charm a single woman, let alone convince one to marry you.
Shut up! I couldn't care less about that. Just explain what this document is already.
If I were to put it in the simplest terms, I've decided to sue you.
What? Sue me? For what? I haven't done anything to deserve getting sued.
You really don't see it, do you? You've done a mountain of things that would warrant this, but for now, I've chosen to sue you for defamation. It's the easiest thing to prove in court. You've been spreading rumors and lies about me, haven't you? You've been going around slandering my name. And let me tell you, that's more than enough to qualify as defamation.
What? What the hell? Are you trying to scare me or something? If this is supposed to be a threat, it's a pretty pathetic one.
Excuse me?
Look, even if I said some bad things about you, that's just personal opinion. You can't seriously think that's enough to qualify as defamation. Do you even know what you're talking about? You should think a little harder before pulling something like this.
Really? Let me refresh your memory then. At your wedding, you gave this dramatic speech in front of all your guests, with tears streaming down your face. You told them I thought my estranged sister had finally turned over a new leaf and would show up to my wedding, but she canceled at the last minute. My family is so awful. This is the kind of people they are. And after that, you even posted a video of it online. Do you have any idea how many views that video got? It went viral, didn't it? Everyone felt so sorry for you, didn't they? But guess what? I watched that video too, and I know for a fact that every single word you said was a complete lie. None of it was true. My lawyer has seen it as well, and he said it's more than enough evidence to sue you for defamation. And that's why I'm taking legal action against you.
Why are you so obsessed with me? You really are something else, you know that? You go out of your way to ruin someone's happy moment, and then you turn around and claim that it's defamation? Everything I said was the truth. I didn't say a single thing that wasn't true.
You couldn't be more wrong. And obsessed? Don't flatter yourself. It's not an obsession. It's 10 years of pent-up anger that have finally turned me into the person I am today.
What?
It's been 13 years since our parents remarried. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't exactly what you'd call a happy family. I had just lost my mother to illness and I was struggling to adjust to a new stepmother. I didn't know how to deal with it, but despite everything, I was genuinely happy to have a little brother. At first, we got along well.
Well, yeah, back then I was just a kid, wasn't I? Every kid sucks up to adults when they're small. It's not like I was doing it because I liked you or anything.
Yes, you were a child then, and I could tell that you were starting to develop a rebellious attitude as you grew older. But I understood. I knew it wasn't because we were related by blood and you were going through a sensitive time. I figured that being called an old hag or having you lash out at me was just because I was the only one you could vent your frustrations on. And that's why I tried to let it go. I still saw you as my little brother. Despite all the fights, I considered you family, and I cared about you deeply. But that all changed after that day.
Wow, you're really laying it on thick. Is this supposed to be some heartfelt confession? Give me a break. I never thought of you as family, not once. And now you're acting like the victim? You didn't even realize what was going on.
You're right. What you did wasn't something a family member would do. I still remember the first thing you said to me when our father passed away. I'll never forget it. You looked at me while I was crying over our father's death, and with the biggest smile I've ever seen, you said, "Finally, we're strangers." You said it like it was the best news you'd ever heard. Then you went on to say how much you had suffered living with me, and you finished by saying, "I refuse to live another day under the same roof as someone pretending to be my sister." Can you believe it? And to top it all off, after you said all that, you took every last penny of our father's inheritance for yourself. I couldn't believe it. How could you do that?
Oh, come on. You think I don't have a reason to be angry? You ruined my teenage years. You, a total stranger, always acting like my oldest sister. It was unbearable. I took the inheritance to get back at you. It was payback. You brought this on yourself.
Whatever you say. But from my perspective, I was abandoned by the only family I had left. Even when I was crying in despair, no one came to comfort me. You pushed me to the edge. I hated you so much that I wanted you out of my life. I wanted to erase your existence. And that's why I'm going to make the most of this opportunity. You owe me $1,000 in damages for defamation, and you're going to pay every penny.
Only $1,000? That's nothing! Are you seriously making such a big deal over such a tiny amount of money? Your hatred is as small as that number!
Even if it's a small amount, I'm suing you to damage your reputation. And that's my goal here.
Wait, what?
I heard you started your own company using our father's inheritance. That makes you the president, doesn't it? Well, don't you think people should know that the person running that company is a scoundrel like you? I'd hate for anyone to do business with someone like you without knowing the truth.
Hey, wait a second. Are you trying to ruin my position? That's defamation too, you know.
Don't try to compare me to you. I'm not spreading lies like you are. I have the evidence to back up my claims. If you want to sue me, go ahead. I'm ready to fight this all the way, but I doubt you have the guts to do that.
Don't mess with me. If you're gonna fight, then I'll fight back with everything I've got.
Oh, I'm counting on it. If it comes to that, I'll make sure to crush everything you gained with our father's inheritance. Everything.
Crush everything? You think you can win just because you're suing me for defamation? This won't hurt me at all. You want to know why? Because my wife comes from a powerful family. With her help, I can get through anything. Too bad for you. Damn it, you've sent me another strange document. What the hell is going on here?
That's a document regarding something different from defamation. While you've been MIA, I hired a lawyer who specializes in inheritance issues. I'm planning to take back our father's estate as soon as I locate you.
What?
Since I finally found you, it's only natural that I take immediate action.
This is pointless! The estate has been officially passed down to me, the son! If you couldn't get it, don't start getting jealous!
Yes, you do have a right to inherit something, but let's be clear. The share you're getting is significantly less than mine. Actually, I found a letter confirming how our father wanted his estate divided while he was still alive. It seems he entrusted it to a lawyer to avoid any disputes.
What the hell? I've never heard of this before!
The day after you took off, the lawyer came over regarding the inheritance. He was shocked. He never thought you would steal everything. By the way, the letter states that I'm entitled to 80% of the estate.
80%? So I only get 20%?
That's right. But hey, look at the bright side. At least you're still getting something, right? I have documented everything from bank records to screenshots of messages. All of it proves that you took the inheritance for yourself. So you owe me 80% of the total estate, $400,000 to be exact. You're going to pay me back.
$400,000? You really think I could just come up with that kind of money out of nowhere?
Funny coming from you, considering you snatched $500,000 and ran off. And it's only been 3 years. Surely you've got some of that $500,000 left, right? You should at least return what you've spent.
No way! That money is mine, and I've hardly got any of it left anyway.
Oh, why is that?
I wanted to impress Maddie, the daughter of a prestigious family and the president of her own company. I was living it up, spending like crazy, and I even started my own business, so I only have about half of that money left. That's why I can't pay you back.
If you don't have it, then you'll have to borrow the money to pay me back.
What?
What you did is considered theft. That means you absolutely have to return what you took. You so easily took what our father left for us, and I won't be lenient about it. I'm bringing in a lawyer and we'll take legal action. If this continues, you could end up losing your house as well.
Wait, you're going after my house too?
Of course. I'll make sure you sell everything you own to come up with the money you owe me. Honestly, I'm surprised you only have half of it left. Your company might be finished too.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Let's just say that if you think you can get away with all of this so easily, you're mistaken. You've been living off stolen money, and eventually it's going to catch up with you. The money you swindled from my father is rightfully mine. I've done my research, and with the evidence I've gathered, you're going to have a hard time explaining yourself in court. The lawyer I hired is quite experienced in these matters, and they will make sure you face the consequences of your actions.
This is insane! You think you can just waltz in here and claim everything? You really believe you can win against me in court?
I'm not just going to walk in and claim everything. I'm going to prove that what you did was wrong. The law is on my side. You're the one who broke the trust and stole our father's legacy. All I'm doing is making sure it gets returned to where it belongs.
This is ridiculous! You're acting like you're some sort of saint, but you're just as greedy as I am. You think I won't fight back?
I expect you to fight back, but I'm prepared for that. The evidence against you is solid, and you'll find it challenging to defend your actions. Just think about it. $400,000 is a lot of money, and I'm not going to let you get away with this without a fight.
You think you can intimidate me? I won't back down.
I'm not trying to intimidate you. I'm just stating the facts. If you want to contest this, I welcome it. I'll make sure the courts see your theft for what it is, and I won't stop until I get what I'm owed.
You've got to be kidding me. You really believe you're going to win this?
You might want to reconsider your stance. The more you fight, the more evidence I can gather against you. It's your choice how far you want to take this, but just know I'm serious about claiming what belongs to me.
You'll regret this. I'm not going down without a fight. Maddie, help me! My sister, who hates me, has set me up! It looks like my company is gonna go under! If things keep going this way, my life will be over! Please, help me. We're gonna be a couple soon, so let's team up against her together!
Don't joke around!
What?
I've seen all the evidence from Cassidy. The real villain here is you. How could you betray me like this? I trusted you.
No! That's not true! Everything was fabricated!
I've been receiving updates from Cassidy about your interactions. Every little detail. So I can't trust you anymore. I can't stand someone who could so easily abandon a sister, even if it's by marriage. You're truly the worst. I'm breaking off our engagement, and I won't provide any funding for your company either. I never want to see you again.
Wait, are you serious? You lied when you said you would save my company? You said you'd help, and because of that, I even took out loans from the bank to keep things afloat. If I can't pay them back, I'll lose everything.
A company built on the inheritance of someone else's parents deserves to collapse.
That's a problem. If I go bankrupt, I'll be in debt for far more than just a few $100,000. Please help me, I'm begging you.
And the debt is only going to increase.
What?
I will be filing for damages for breaking off our engagement. On top of that, I'll demand the return of the inheritance and the repayment of any loans. It's going to be a disaster, but good luck managing the payments. You've brought this on yourself.
Wait, I'm begging you. Please help me. I don't want to be in this situation at my age. Please.
You think it's that easy? You expect me to just forgive you after everything? The damage you caused is irreparable.
I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I thought we could make it work. I thought you believed in me.
Believing in you? After finding out how you deceived everyone? You think that's what I signed up for? I thought you were a good person, but it turns out you're just a fraud. How could you lie to me about something so serious?
I was desperate. I thought I could turn things around. I just needed a little time, a little support. If I don't find a way out, I'll lose everything I've worked for.
And you expect me to be the one to fix your mistakes? No way. I have a life of my own to think about. You don't get to drag me into your mess.
But Maddie, we were supposed to support each other. We were going to be a team. I thought you cared about me.
Caring about you doesn't mean I'll ignore your wrongdoings. I can't believe I fell for your lies. You've shown me your true colors, and it's not pretty.
Please, I can change. I'll make things right. Just give me a chance.
A chance? After all the chaos you've created, I don't even know who you are anymore. You've betrayed my trust, and that's not something I can overlook.
Maddie, I'm begging you. I don't want to be on my own. You don't understand how dire this situation is. Without your support, I'm finished.
You've put yourself in this position, and now you want me to clean it up? It doesn't work that way. You need to face the consequences of your actions.
I can't face this alone. I'm terrified. I can't bear the thought of losing everything.
And you think I should feel sorry for you? You brought this on yourself, and now you want sympathy? I have every right to be angry.
But please, just think about everything we've talked about, everything we've planned. We were supposed to have a future together.
A future built on lies? I don't want that kind of future. I want honesty, integrity, and trust. You've shown me none of that.
Maddie, I swear I'll do better. I'll prove it to you.
You've no credibility left with me. I'm sorry, but this is where it ends. I won't be a part of your downfall, and I refuse to be dragged into your lies any longer.
No, don't do this. I can't do this without you. Please, I'm begging you, help me.
Cassidy, In the midst of everything that was going on, I also decided to file for damages against him. I'm sorry for kind of riding on the coattails of your situation.
It's all right. Thanks to all the information you shared, I was able to corner him to that extent. I'm really glad I could help in some way. Thank you again.
No, I'm just glad to be of assistance.
But why did you decide to help me? You weren't directly involved in this, were you?
Actually, my parents also remarried and I had a stepsister. I was close with her, but suddenly her mother disappeared. She was left heartbroken and cried a lot.
That sounds a bit like my situation.
Yes, it really does. I witnessed my sister's sadness and it made me realize that the sorrow of someone abandoned by their family is beyond measure. The fact that he could abandon you just after you lost your father is truly terrible, and it reminded me of my own sister. Because of those feelings, I wanted to support you, even if I initially said something rude.
I see. Thank you. The pain of being abandoned by family is indeed immeasurable, as you said. I wouldn't say it's the same kind of pain, but I'm still happy to have someone who understands my sorrow.
I appreciate you saying that. Thanks to you, I was able to avoid getting married. This must be fate or something, so could we continue to be friends from now on?
Huh? Is that all right? It's not often you meet new people at our age.
I might be a bit awkward, but please take care of me.
Of course. It's nice to find someone who understands. After all, our experiences are different, but the emotions behind them connect us in some way.
Exactly! We can support each other through our hardships. It's comforting to know that we're not alone in this.
Yes. Even if we have different backgrounds, we share a common understanding of loss and pain. That gives us a unique bond.
And now we can help each other heal. It's like we're creating a new family of sorts, one that's based on mutual respect and understanding.
I love that idea. Building new connections with people who genuinely care is important, especially after everything we've been through.
Definitely. And since we've both dealt with difficult family situations, we can relate to each other in other ways others might not understand.
Right? It's refreshing to talk to someone who gets it. I felt so alone in my struggle for a long time. Having you here makes me feel less isolated.
I'm glad I can be that person for you. I felt the same way when I was going through my own situation. Having a friend to confide in makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. We can share our experiences and help each other find closure. There's strength in knowing someone else has walked a similar path.
Yes, and even though our stories are different, the emotions are universal. We can use that to uplift each other.
I appreciate your kindness and understanding. It means a lot to me to have someone who can empathize with what I've been through.
And I feel the same way. Let's support each other going forward. We've both suffered, but now we can focus on building a brighter future together.
That sounds wonderful. Here's to new beginnings and the strength we find in friendship.
And cheers to that. I'm looking forward to seeing where this journey takes us.
Me too. With your support, I feel like I can actually start healing and moving forward. Thank you for being there for me.
Of course. And remember, you're never alone in this. I'm here for you no matter what.
And that means so much. Let's make a pact to be there for each other through thick and thin.
Absolutely. We'll face whatever comes our way together. We're stronger as a team.
Rowan had fallen into a deep cycle of debt, borrowing money to pay off previous loans, which only led him further into financial trouble. His situation worsened when his company went bankrupt, leaving him without a source of income. The mounting pressure of unpaid salaries and the temptation to engage in dishonest practices eventually led him to commit crimes such as embezzlement. As a result of his actions, he was arrested, marking a dramatic downfall from the person he once was. With his debts piling up and his company collapsing, Rowan found himself in an incredibly precarious position. The money he once had, perhaps a meager sum, had vanished entirely. He became literally penniless, stripped of any financial security or means to support himself. This stark reality hit him hard as he realized that he was now facing a life devoid of any monetary resources. As Rowan's financial struggles escalated, his personal relationships also began to crumble. His mother, overwhelmed by the shame and burden of his failures, ultimately lost all patience with him. In a heartbreaking turn of events, she decided to disappear from his life, leaving Rowan completely alone. This abandonment further deepened his sense of despair, pushing him into a position where he felt utterly forsaken without support. He found himself in a dark place, both emotionally and financially, and the weight of his isolation became almost unbearable. On the other hand, I had developed a different story for myself. I began to cultivate a friendship with Maddie, someone who had become a significant part of my life. We started going out to eat together once a month, and these outings quickly evolved into a cherished routine. Each meal we shared became an opportunity to deepen our bond, filled with laughter and heartfelt conversations. I felt grateful for the chance to create new memories with her, especially in contrast to Rowan's troubling circumstances. As I reflected on my relationship with Maddie, I found immense value in the connection we were building. Our dinners together provided a sense of stability and joy that I had not anticipated. Maddie's presence in my life became a source of support and happiness, which contrasted sharply with Rowan's experience of loss and despair. I realized how important it was to nurture these new friendships and cherish the moments we created together. In the face of Rowan's misfortunes, I felt a surge of gratitude for my own situation. While Rowan was battling his demons, I was learning to appreciate the simplicity of companionship and the warmth that comes from shared experiences. I understood that life is full of ups and downs, and while I may not have faced the same financial ruin as Rowan, I too had my challenges. However, the joy of friendship reminded me that not all was lost. There were still bright moments to be had. Each time I met Maddie, I was reminded of the importance of having someone to share life with. We talked about our dreams, our fears, and the small joys we encountered in our daily lives. With every conversation, our bond grew stronger. We laughed at silly stories, shared our hopes for the future, and found comfort in knowing that we had each other to lean on. These gatherings became a beacon of light in my life, illuminating the way forward and helping me navigate through any darkness I faced. As I continued to reflect on the contrasting paths that Rowan and I were taking, I realized how easily one's life can change. It is vital to recognize the value of relationships and the impact they have on our emotional well-being. I have made a conscious decision to cherish my time with Maddie and to be present in our shared moments. I believe that by nurturing this friendship, I am not only enriching my life, but also creating a foundation for future memories that will last a lifetime. Going forward, I intend to focus on building more memories with Maddie and celebrating the bond we have forged. I want to explore new places with her, try different cuisines, and embark on adventures that will strengthen our connection even further. Each experience we share will be a step towards creating a treasure trove of memories that I can look back on with fondness. I aim to approach each month with excitement, anticipating our next meal and the conversations that will ensue. In a world where Rowan's life has taken a tragic turn, I find solace in the joy of companionship and the promise of new experiences. The warmth of friendship serves as a reminder that, even in challenging times, there are moments of happiness to be found. As I navigate my journey, I carry with me the lessons learned from observing Rowan's struggles. It is a stark reminder to value what I have and to invest in the relationships that bring me joy. I look forward to creating a tapestry of memories with Maddie, woven from the threads of our shared experiences. I hope to one day look back on these moments and smile, knowing that I chose to embrace life fully, despite the obstacles that may arise. In the face of adversity, I have discovered the strength of friendship and the importance of nurturing relationships that uplift and inspire us.